What's going on, guys? Aarava here, and welcome back to my F1 2017 mod career mode here, driving as Kimi Raikkonen in his Ferrari car. We're back with episode number 4 today at the Russian Grand Prix. Wasn't an excellent time in qualifying. I haven't driven Russia in a while on this game. It's been a fair few, I would say even months, since I've driven the Russian Grand Prix circuit. So a little bit down the order compared to my teammate Sebastian Vettel, who did snatch pole position. But we know the strength of the Ferrari car in this mod, so hopefully I can make my way back up there. But it's Vettel from Bottas, then Lewis Hamilton in third place, and a surprising good strong finish for both Williams cars in qualifying, so they may be contenders in the race as well as the Red Bull guys. Thankfully this mod career race should be a lot more exciting than the real life counterpart we witnessed yesterday. Well, here's hoping. So let's get into this then. We go to 5 red lights to the Russian Grand Prix, episode number 4 of this career mode season. 5 red lights are out and we're underway. It's been a great start for us compared to Nico Hülkenberg and his Renault on the left hand side. Stroll bogging down as well. We go around the inside of turn 1, which is not really a turn, just a kink. Yellow flags behind us, and maybe been some contact there, but going down into turn 2, it's Sebastian Vettel leading the Grand Prix. 2 Mercedes cars go side by side. We just about hang it round the outside of Nico Hülkenberg. We actually have to let go of Stroll because he has some good straight line speed down that back straight, so he's able to actually challenge now Bottas. He's actually got ahead of Valtteri Bottas. There's been some contact there between Stroll and Bottas. The young Canadian is really getting stuck in there, and he's actually got up into third place. Bottas down to 4th, so it's Vettel from Hamilton, Stroll, Bottas, myself as Raikkonen. Then we've got one of the Red Bull cars, and then you've got the 2 Renault cars who are doing quite well at the moment. We're going to go side by side with Valtteri Bottas, a fellow Finn, around the outside of the right hander, locking up a tad, and Bottas gets the better run through there. So for now, he stays in P4, and we have to settle down for P5, and it was Daniel Ricciardo who was the one behind us. So Ricciardo made a good start. He was a little bit down the order, I believe, on the grid, so he's made a good start there. And now into the 3rd sector of lap 1, we're chasing after Valtteri Bottas, and he's getting all out of shape there in the chicane. So can we make a move now down into the inside of the second last turn? Side by side we'll go with our fellow countrymen, and through into the final corner. We'll get that for now up into what will be P4. Sebastian Vettel sets us fast up the Grand Prix, and you can see behind us it was the Red Bull, 2 Renault cars, then 2 Toro Rosso cars, and then 2 Force Indias. So the Force Indias will have to try and make their way back. They had quite a poor qualifying show on Saturday, but anyway, back to us. We've got Bottas who's overtaken us, and also Daniel Ricciardo. I actually brake early because I knew this was probably going to happen, that Ricciardo got bogged down behind Bottas there, so I kind of did the switchback move, delicately got on the braking quite early on, and then got the drive off the corner into turn 2, and Ricciardo now is actually fending off the 2 Renaults. He's actually unsuccessfully fended off one of the Renault cars, and that's Hülkenberg who's overtaken him, and he's up the order. Then he's just about got ahead of Jody Palmer. Palmer doing a much better job in this mod career mode race than he did in the real life Grand Prix race, I think you must say completely. But we're still chasing after Bottas. Unfortunately, he was able to cleanly get us there. So if for now in the running order, we've got Stroll still in 3rd place there, who's doing an absolutely fabulous job. Then you got Hamilton trying to chase down Sebastian Vettel. For now is looking quite comfortable in 1st place, but we'll see if that's going to change at all, because now we move on to lap 3. So it's taken us a whole another lap to catch up to Bottas fully with DRS. But here we go in the slipstream. He's sparking away, but into turn 2, can we get this done? Little bit of a late break there from Bottas. He's done well. We go side by side into what will be a glorious turn 3 here. The grandstand absolutely completely packed as 2 Finns go side by side. This is obviously the infamous place where Raikkonen and Bottas made contact in 2015. This time it's not going to be. We go side by side, leave Bottas the room, and thankfully no contacts made at all. But we are going to try and make a move on the next corner, dive down the inside. Bottas going to run wide actually on the curbing. That's going to unsettle his car, and hopefully we can just about squeeze him out here. We'll have the natural racing line, and yes we do. And now we're up into 4th place, and now this is where I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we can get away from Bottas and really just try and chase after Stroll if we can. But on towards the back straight of that same lap, Bottas has other ideas, because here he comes in the slipstream. He's actually going to go for it down the inside of a very tricky braking zone. He's actually made it work completely, so fair plays to him. But we're going to try and stick it down the inside, going to get the traction on this very tricky left-hander in 4th gear. Down to the chicane now. We'll go side by side. Bottas will be a little bit unsettled maybe. We're going to try and go around the outside. He's sent us wide though, so Bottas playing quite hard here to defend his position, as he's not got got the pace to catch up to the top 3 here, so he's just trying to make my life a misery, but for now, he's got it. But we're well within DRS range, so hopefully we can get him on this back straight. We actually had a brilliant exit off that final corner. You got the 2 Red Bull cars, maybe having a size up of Nico Hülkenberg behind us, but we go down the inside of turn 1, and we have taken Valtteri Bottas. We're up into 4th place. We're going to the inside, then we go quite aggressively back to the racing line, making one move there to get the braking done for turn 2. And now as we look behind us, we actually have already a little bit of a gap to Bottas there, who's now finding himself under pressure from that Renault car. So he is hoping we can now close up to Lance Stroll, and we do so. It's actually taken us, though, a whole 2.5 laps pretty much, so quite a bit of time to actually catch up to Stroll, because with all the fighting I was doing with Bottas, the top 3 were able to get away, even more so than anyone else. So Stroll, it did take us some time to actually catch up to him, but now you can see we're setting purple second sectors there, so now we have closed up, and now we can hopefully try and get this move done. It shouldn't be as hard as it was to get Bottas done as it will be on Stroll. We go down the inside, a bit of a cheeky last minute dive bomb there into the chicane. We go side by side, going to try the switchback move, but we don't get the traction I needed there to actually make that switchback work, but at least we tried something there. But then through the second last corner, look at that whole amount of understeer, and we get so much dirty air, and the car just cleanly almost understeers off circuit there in that second last turn. So unfortunate, we haven't got the exit we actually did on Bottas against Stroll here, so we aren't going to actually get enough slipstream. I wonder maybe into turn 2. No, we're not going to close up. We're not going to close up into the brake zone, so we just try and concentrate on hitting the apex as hard as we can, going aggressively over the curb, and now we'll try and get a bit of slipstream and tow through turn 3, I should say. And can we maybe try and look at a move? Maybe it might be a bit too far back. I mean, I do have a look actually, but we lock up quite horribly on the right front there. So just trying to, I don't know, size up where we can make this move, trying to suss out where Stroll's weak here, maybe try and just put him off in the mirrors a little bit. But we move on to the back straight of lap 7. He's sparking away. We've got DRS wide open. Can we try and make a move here? Very late lunge down the inside, locking up on the right tyre. Go side by side, leave him in the room though on the inside off camber corner. So we go side by side with the Canadian. He's still there on our inside, but we swoop across to the apex of the chicane, and we're up into 3rd place in the podium positions. And now we can set our eyes on the real fight here. We've been so down the order so far, and you can see on the mini-map Vettel and Hamilton very close together. At the moment, my teammate Vettel's still in 1st place, Hamilton's still 2nd, so we'll try and push on and catch up to them. But actually, it's not going to be in this first stint, because Hamilton actually comes in. This is on lap 9, I believe. So Hamilton comes in for a little bit of an earlier pit stop, to be honest. I would have thought the pit stops would have been around lap 12. Lap 13, I would say, but Hamilton comes in on lap 9 for his pit stop. He's going to go on to the super soft tyres, so unfortunately the action may be very different to the real life Grand Prix, but one thing that is not different to the real life Grand Prix is the fact it's quite a boring one-stop race, unfortunately, for us today. So Hamilton on to super softs, he'll take those to the end from lap 9, but Vettel, my teammate, continues on, as do I, obviously, because I think I can go a lot longer in this Grand Prix. So Vettel continues on. It actually takes him to lap 10 to come in, so the next following lap, my teammate Vettel will come into the pit stops again. He'll go on to the super soft tyres. Kind of mediocre, kind of just one stop for everyone, really. I would be quite surprised if there was a 2-stop here, especially with the AI cars. If anyone was doing a 2-stop, you would think it would be me, but even I don't think that's there's no point making a 2-stop in this Grand Prix. Just no point. You're going to lose way too much time in the pit stop. So you can see we continue on, and I actually continue on for a fair few laps. I think I ended up going for 3 more laps, because just like Nico Hülkenberg in real life, if you remember, cast your mind back to literally just yesterday at the Grand Prix, Hülkenberg went very long on his ultra softs, and he said in post-race interviews he was having good pace. We saw he was actually going faster than people on super soft tyres, even with very worn ultra softs, and that's pretty much what I had in his Grand Prix in the game. I was actually able to push a lot faster in clean air and actually pump in some purple lap times on those worn out ultra softs compared to everyone else. And then down the order, you can see there's Bottas just ahead of Max Verstappen and ahead of Lance Stroll. So Stroll's going down the order completely. He's lost 2 positions there in the pit stop phases to Verstappen and Bottas, but it's quite interesting to note that Verstappen was actually holding back onto the back of Bottas quite well, so we may see Verstappen-Bottas fight later on in the Grand Prix, you never know. But we come into the pits finally now for our pit stop, so onto super soft tyres. But as I mentioned, we've done some really great work pumping in some purple lap times, so we've definitely closed up to Vettel and Hamilton. The gap was, I think, 9 seconds before the pit stop phases, before they made their pit stops. I believe when we come out of this pit lane, it should only be a couple of seconds. So we've done some really great work on the ultra softs, on the in laps, basically, to close up the gap even more. And now we have so much fresher tyres. We've got about 4 or 5 fresher super soft tyres compared to Hamilton and Vettel. So now we can pump in some even more purple lap times. And with Hamilton and Vettel going side by side, holding each other up, it only takes us 5 laps there to catch up. I say only 5. 5 felt like an eternity, really, in a 50% race. But yeah, 5 laps later on lap 19, we eventually do finally close up to Lewis Hamilton, who's been held up with dirty air behind Vettel. And Vettel, our teammate, unfortunately hasn't been able to break the kind of 1 second delta time to Hamilton to get away himself. So we've all bunched up here, and the top 3 are separated only by a few seconds. Unfortunately, it wasn't the case in the real-life Grand Prix, but here in the game, we may be getting a very tasty battle with 7 laps remaining in this Russian Grand Prix. There could be, all-out scrap for the top 3 positions, but not if I lock up like that into turn 2. Unfortunately, we can't get Hamilton on lap 20, just losing and making some mistakes there into turn 2. But on lap 21, we've got DRS on the back straight, closing up, under braking here. Really nice aggressive turn in, and we can try and close up into sector 3. Getting the traction here. Hamilton looks like he's a little bit poor on traction here, so he really close up in the brake zone, get right up his gearbox there. Can we try and suss out a traction zone here in this next turn? We actually do get some good traction. Can we make a move there? We've got some slipstream. Oh, just not enough. Just not enough. Thought better of it. We're not going to make the move on this lap on lap 21 in the 3rd sector. And we actually get some really shocking traction in the final corner, so we have to maybe just wait for the next lap on lap 22 into sector 3, because if you go down this straight, you can see because Hamilton's got DRS off Vettel, we are unable to close up on him on that main pit straight. So now we move on to the back straight once again of lap 22 this time, and this time I'm hoping we don't make a mistake and we try and get enough traction here. We actually may have enough to make a move in the chicane. No, not quite. We go wide though, get a good turn in, and now this time trying to feed through this line, and this time look at this, the traction's there. Can we make this move down the inside of the second last corner on Lewis Hamilton? Here we go, side by side. Hamilton will leave us the room. He goes wide a little bit. We go side by side through the final corner there. Lovely stuff to witness here, and look at that lovely shot as we go off into the distance, side by side into turn 1. Hamilton's still there on the left hand side. Through turn 1 we'll go side by side, very close to the wall there on the right hand side. We squeeze Hamilton to the left. There's been contact made. The hand of anger goes up on the left. We still make some secondary contact. We have to stick behind Hamilton, unfortunately, and aggressively just swoop back to the racing line, under braking into turn 2. So Hamilton's got that one. We tried our best to kind of intimidate him, kind of squeeze him towards the wall on the left. Didn't work out. So on the following lap, we're right up his gearbox, down the inside the chicane. We lock up. Hamilton's gone off circuit a little bit as we come back through on the right hand to Hamilton. He swiped across and made contact with our front right tyre. Very aggressive stuff from Lewis Hamilton, banging tyres, and he intentionally swooped across there. Maybe some payback for the last lap when I tried to squeeze him into the wall on the left. So Hamilton and myself as Raikkonen are going hammer and tong here in this Russian Grand Prix with 3 laps remaining. It's still all to play for, but all the while my teammate Vettel's really gaining from this, and he's getting away. But look at that, Max Verstappen, saying the fast lap of the Grand Prix, he's actually overtaken Valtteri Bottas, so Verstappen is up into P4. So I mentioned him that he may have had a scrap with Bottas, but now he's saying purple first sectors, and he's looking good. He may even close up to us if we keep on having this battle. But now moving later on to the Grand Prix, Vettel's still in first place, but we've got yellow flags. It's Alonso. Alonso's going slowly. How typical in his McLaren Honda in 2017. He's gone slow. He's got an issue probably. He's probably had some power issues, and Vettel is going to close up right to him, and he's not letting him through. Vettel's probably shouting down the team ready about blue flags, and Alonso is holding him up an absolute treat. Hamilton's coming through. He's getting held up a little bit. I'm there in the background there. We're going to try and swoop around the outside if we can. Hamilton go on the right. I'll go on the left. We sandwich both cars, and we go through, and look at that. Now it's Hamilton in first place. I'm in second. Vettel's down to third, and just like that, in a flash of a second, it's all changed this Grand Prix. So Fernando Alonso not involved in the top racing in this Grand Prix, but he wants to get involved somehow, so he just kind of affected this Grand Prix directly there, as Daniel Ricciardo is now out of this Grand Prix. Unfortunate for the Red Bull car, the Australian in the Red Bull. We go very aggressively on Hamilton, trying to get some payback there on him as we try to force him off circuit to try and maybe help my teammate, but no, Vettel's actually coming to the pit, so it's no use. Vettel, I can't help Vettel. He's got to make a pit stop because he's got some damage, I think, behind Fernando Alonso. So now it's just going to be a straight scrap between myself and Hamilton. So I tried to be very cheeky and force Hamilton off circuit a little bit. Kind of did a Nico Rosberg from Hockenheim try and force his hand a little bit to help Vettel out, but now there's no point. Vettel's pit. So now the top three is Hamilton, myself, and Max Verstappen. So now we've got 1 lap remaining in this Grand Prix. It's going to be do or die stuff. There's going to be a battle for first place on the last lap of the Grand Prix. And can we try and get enough slipstream down this back straight up into Rich Mix? DRS wide open. Max Verstappen says fast lap of the Grand Prix, so he's going really well. But here we go, making the move into turn 2 on the last lap of the Grand Prix for first place. This will be, we'll go side by side. Hamilton does good. He's gone a little bit off circuit though. We'll go side by side through turn 3. This is going to be lovely to witness. Here we go, side by side round the outside there.
Last lap, Kimi, last lap, all or nothing.
We're going to go for it, all or nothing, down the inside the right hand, and there's been contact. We've been spun round, damage on the front left, and Max Verstappen is going to come through. He set the fast up the Grand Prix previously. He comes through for second place in the Russian Grand Prix. Hamilton is going to get this victory. Verstappen's going to get a brilliant second place, and we're going to have to limp home in third place. And we've crashed in the same exact place Raikkonen did in 2015. And that is not worked out. That's not worked out for us. Unfortunately, we limp home. It's still a podium, but we went for it. Our engineer told us to. We went for it, and it just didn't work there. Hamilton gets first place. Max Verstappen second, and we're in P3. That will mean, what will that mean for the championship? Well, we're still leading the way with 83 points to 59 because we've been super consistent in this season so far. So we still lead the way. 83 points to my teammate Vettel's 59. Vettel did actually come through eventually for, I think, what was P5 there. So he did pretty damn good to get there in the end. So that will be second place still for him with 59 points to Hamilton's now 52. So after the engine failure Hamilton had in round 1, he comes back onto his teammate Valtteri Bottas, 1 point ahead of him, the Finn, with 51 points in 4th place. Verstappen, brilliant stuff for him this season. 45 points to hang on to Ferrari and Mercedes because we know the deficit is so big to these top 2 teams. So Red Bull and Verstappen have done a great job there to be in 5th place. Contrast to his teammate down in P8 with only 11 points there. Stroll and Hulkenberg doing great stuff. Stroll especially with 29 points. So different to his real-life counterpart there. And so in the constructors, Ferrari still lead the way, 142 points. Mercedes have been able to catch up to us a little bit, 103 points. So now we're the only 2 teams in 100 points so far. Red Bull Racing 3rd place, 63 points, and Williams in 4th place with 33. Renault doing a great job still in 22 points in 5th place. But guys, if you have enjoyed that episode, smash the like button. A lot of drama there at the end, great action there to witness, a lot more than a real life Grand Prix. So smash the like button, let me know what you think of it in the comments below. And you're around to then do subscribe for weekly F1 content. I've been aarava. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.